Good morning, dear Swift learners. How are you all? I hope that you all are very safe and sound at your homes. And I, Ritika, am back again for you, bringing with me a new session. So before telling you what are we going to study today, we will be having a quick tour around Swiflearn to see what is the platform that we are studying on. So Swiflearn, it is India's most sincere learning destination, wherein we provide the classes for grade 1 to grade 10. Here you will be getting live interactive classes, that is, you will be connecting with your teachers through audio and video calls, and you will be taking your lessons. We have personalized attention badge, and in every single batch there will be maximum 6 students, so that there is nothing kind of rush over there. Plus, apart from teachers, we also have an academic mentor team who will be looking after you and will be tracking your progress, so that if you get stuck anywhere, they will be ready to help you. We also cover your syllabus as per school exam schedule, and we also handle the custom requests, so that if you want to study, let's say, only 5 chapters, any particular chapters, we also do that. Now, apart from these things, there are some more features of Swiflearn which makes it all the more special. Among that, the first one is the detailed progress report. So after every 1.5 or 2 months, you will be getting a progress report as you get in your schools. So this progress report will be a kind of detailed analysis of whatever you do in your classes. It will include your homework performance, your test performance, your in-class performance, every single thing, so that you get to know what are the things you are good at and what and where do you need to improve. Same with Swiflearn academic test series, you can see and check on your performances and can improve accordingly. Plus, you can also take unlimited practice tests which are available on the Swiflearn portal. Now, these tests contain 2 categories. One is subjective and the other one is objective. In subjective test, you can practice answer writing, so that it will eventually help you in school exams also, and objective are obviously MCQ type of questions. So all these things you can yourself experience just by booking a very free trial class at Swiflearn. So all you need to do is just download the Swiflearn app and select your grade, and you can book your trial class. So please go for it. I'm sure you're gonna love it. And now there is one request to kindly subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon, so that you do not miss out on any amazing chapter going on here. Alright, so today we are going to do energy part number 3. We have already completed 2 sessions of energy, and today we are going to do the 3rd part of it. So let us quickly start. Objectives for today's class, that is what are we going to cover in today's class. It is interconversion of energy, law of conservation of energy, and sources of energy. Okay, so before beginning, let us have a quick recap of what did we do in our last class. So we learned about SI unit of work and energy. We learned about different types of energy and what are the different forms of mechanical energy. Plus, we saw how to convert potential energy to kinetic energy. Now, let's do some of the questions to see what we have already done. So, different forms of mechanical energy. So, we are having 2 different forms of mechanical energy. One is the potential energy, and second is the kinetic energy. So, potential energy, it is mgh, and kinetic energy is half mv square. So these are the different types of mechanical energy. Next, give examples of each type of energy. So we are having many types of energy that we learned. For example, let's say first one is light energy. So light energy example is obviously sun. It is the biggest source of light and heat energy also. Next, we have sound energy. So in sound energy, we can have the musical instruments which gives us the sound. Then we have chemical energy. So this chemical energy, it comes from chemical reactions. Okay. Then we have light energy. Okay, a bulb also gives the light energy. We have electrical energy, we have heat energy. Okay, so by burning the fuels we get heat energy. So these are the some of the examples of different forms of energy. Now let us move on to our next topic, which says interconversion of energy. Now interconversion of energy means changing the energy from one form to another form. Now let us take a very simple example. Let's say we have a wooden block, okay, and we need to make a hole in that wooden block. Now here what will happen, the energy will be changing from one form to another. Now let us see how does this happen. So whenever we are using electric drill, this is the drill, right, that we will be using to make a hole in our wooden block. So after a couple of seconds, the smoke will start rising. So what is happening here, the mechanical energy from this electrical drill, it is changing into heat energy. So what is happening, one form of energy, it is converting itself into another form of energy. Next, talking about two stones. So if we take two stones and if we strike them against each other, okay, so sparks of light will be produced and sound will be produced. So here this mechanical energy, it is changing into light and sound energy. Next, in the steam engine or diesel engine, the heat energy, so the heat energy, it is converted into mechanical energy which is driving these engines. And whenever we are preparing the chemical compounds, okay, so what is happening, heat energy which is stored, it is converted into the chemical energy. So this is again interconversion of heat energy. Now talking about light energy. What is happening in light energy? See, let's take an example of very simple process, photosynthesis. So in photosynthesis we take in the light. So light energy, it is changing into chemical energy, and that is how the plants are able to prepare their own food. Next is when light energy, it falls on silver salts coated on photographic plate, it changes to chemical energy. So again here light energy, it is changing into chemical energy. Talking about photovoltaic cells, so whenever light energy, it is absorbed by photovoltaic cells, it is changing to electrical energy. Now where do we use this photovoltaic cells? We are using it in calculators, watches, photographic cameras, etc. So again here light energy, it is changing into electric energy. Now talking about interconversion of sound energy. So what is happening when we speak in front of microphone, the sound energy, it is changing into electrical energy. Okay, so again here sound energy, it is changing itself to electric energy. Now talking about magnetic energy. So in magnetic energy what happens, talking about a generator, electric generator. So here mechanical energy, it is interacting with magnetic energy, and then it changes itself into electrical energy. Talking about our appliances like electric motor, fans, dringers, the electrical energy over here, it is changing into mechanical energy, and that is how we are able to drive these appliances. And then we also have electric kettles, and we have room heaters. So here electric energy that we provide them, it is changing into heat energy. So room heater is very easy, we can experience it, or we might have experienced it. We get heat. Why? Because electrical energy is converting to heat energy. Now in electrical bulbs or tube lights or lamps, let's say, the electrical energy, it is converting into heat, and then it converts itself into light. So the conversion goes like electrical to heat and then to light energy. In electromagnets, so we have electromagnets which are used in doorbell, etc. So here electrical energy, it is changing into magnetic energy. Talking about chemical energy, how does it change? So whenever we are burning a wood, okay, when we are burning fuels, the chemical energy, it is changing into heat or light energy. Similarly in dry cells or car batteries, the chemical energy is changing into electrical energy. Okay, now let us see what are the conversions that we just saw. Given one example of each conversion of energy that we learned. So we learned about various type of conversions. Let's take about mechanical to heat. So in drilling a wooden block, we are changing the mechanical energy to heat energy. That is why we are able to see the smoke. Next is if we strike a stone together. So here we are converting mechanical energy to light or sound energy. Next is steam engine. So in steam engine, what is the thing? The heat energy, it gets converted to mechanical energy. In preparation of various chemical compounds, what are we doing? We are changing heat to chemical energy, and that is how reactions takes place. Then talking about photosynthesis, in photosynthesis process, light energy, it gets changed to chemical energy. And the last one, if we talk about microphone, here sound energy, it is changed to electrical energy. Now let's see our next topic, which says law of conservation of energy. Now if I talk about conservation of energy, what does it mean? It means saving the energy, okay, such as maybe we are insulating our home or using public transport. So it saves the money, and also it helps our environment, it helps our planet. Now the law of conservation of energy states that in any closed system, the amount of energy, it remains fixed. We neither can create any energy and we neither can destroy the energy. So all that we can do is we can convert the energy from one form to another, right? So what all we can do is we can just convert it from one particular form to another form, and that is what is depicted by law of conservation of energy. It is in any closed system, the amount of energy, it remains fixed. We cannot create or destroy the energy, but we can convert it from one form to another form. Now talking about some of the examples, driving a car. So if car doesn't obey the law of conservation of energy, then whole system, it will get disturbed. Now what will happen? They convert the energy in the fuel, it converts to mechanical energy, and that is how we are able to drive the car, okay. Now whole energy, it is not just converted, but lots of energy is wasted also in these processes. Like if the energy is 100%, so in the parasitic losses we will lose almost 6%. Then we will be losing in drivetrain losses, okay, 5%. Then engine losses are 74% approximately, and useful energy which we get is 15%. So this is how the energy is distributed, and this is how the losses occur. Boiling the water in kettle. So here the kettle, what is it doing? It is converting the electrical energy into heat energy, okay. So that is a kind of reverse process that power plants do, okay. So here their power plants, what happens is the electrical energy is produced using the heat energy, okay, and that heat energy, it is produced by burning fuels, okay, like we have gas, coal, oil, etc. Next is pushing a car uphill. So whenever we are having uphill kind of slope like this, and we are pushing a car, so what is the thing happening? We are pushing it, or we are working against the force of gravity, okay. So obviously our body will be needing energy, and all the energy of our body, it is gained by the car, okay, and then we are able to push it uphill. Now what are the sources of energy? So talking about sources, the sun is the main and the biggest source of energy on our planet. So some energy, it is very direct, we are taking from the sun, like solar energy or solar cells or heat energy, okay. So it is just directly passing. Next, most energy, it comes indirectly via burning fossil fuels. So we are burning some fuels, okay, and we receive the energy from fossilized plants and other organisms. Next, the sources of energy, they are of two types, renewable and non-renewable. Now what are renewable sources? Which can be which are not ending any time, okay, like the sun, okay. So these sources are renewable. But if I talk about fossil fuels, okay, if I talk about coal, so that is non-renewable, because we cannot form it again and again, and once finished, they are finished. They will take again millions and millions years to form, okay. So we have studied about interconversion of energies, but how to produce energy in different forms using the natural resources which are provided. So if I talk about electricity, we can produce the electricity using wind and water. So the energy which is produced using water, we all know that it is known as hydroelectric energy. Hydro is water, so energy which is produced using water, it is hydroelectric energy. So we also call them as hydropower. So what is happening, electricity is produced from the generators which are driven by the turbines. We will be seeing a picture, and that converts the potential energy of falling or fast flowing water into mechanical energy. Okay, and in the early 21st century, the hydroelectric power, it was very common because it is renewable. So water is falling like this, okay, it is driving the turbine and it is generating here electricity, and then it is changing the form of energy. So in the generation of hydroelectric power, water is collected or stored. It is stored at high level, high elevation, and it is led downward. Okay, so due to this, energy is released. At the end of its passage down the pipes, the falling water causes the turbine to rotate. So the turbines rotate, and what happens, the turbines, once they start rotating, they drive the generator, and the generators, they convert the turbines mechanical energy to electricity, and that electricity or electrical energy we are using. So we are using transformers after that. So what are the transformers doing? They are converting the alternating voltage suitable for generators to higher voltage that we need for long distance transmission. Okay, so explain the energy change when we switch on a flashlight. So in switching on the flashlight, what are we doing? We are changing the electrical energy to light energy. Then explain the energy change when we use coal to generate electricity. So in coal we are using heat energy, it changes to mechanical, and then mechanical to electrical energy at the last. Explain how sun is ultimate source of energy by taking any one example. So the most common example we can take is photosynthesis, by which plants prepare their own food, and how we are dependent on the plants for our various needs. A battery stores energy, and so does a blown up balloon. Blow up a balloon and let it go. What happened now? So here, blowing up a balloon, it changes the energy, okay, the potential energy, it is changing to kinetic energy. Alright, so time for some fun facts. The Three Gorges Dam in China, it is world's largest hydroelectric power station. So it is generating hydroelectricity. Nuclear power plant produces around 13% of world's electricity. So again, nuclear power plants, they are very important because they generate approximately 13% of whole world's electricity. Iceland, it is the only country in the world where renewable sources generate 100% of its electricity and heat. So in Iceland, we are people are using renewable sources of energy. Maybe it can be solar energy, it can be hydroelectricity, etc. A battery lights a bulb. Describe the energy changes involved in the process. Now talking about a battery, and it is lighting a bulb. So first of all, chemical energy in the battery, it will change to electrical energy. Now this electrical energy, it will change to heat energy, and heat energy, it will change to light energy. Hi Siddharth, how are you? Alright, so here the chemical energy, it is changing to electrical energy, and electrical energy, it is changing to heat and light energy. So let's do an activity to see what we have learned. In the steam engine or diesel engine, the heat energy, it is converted into mechanical energy. The process which changes light energy into chemical energy. So we are having here photosynthesis. Alright. And then we have, when we speak in front of a microphone, what is happening? The sound energy which we are having, okay, it is changing into electric energy. So in microphone cases, we are changing this sound energy to electric energy. Okay, so let's see what are the things that we have learned. We learned about interconversion of energy, what are the laws of conservation of energy, and what are the sources of energy. Alright, so these are the things that we have covered today. I hope that you might have understood every single thing that we have studied today. We will be meeting in our next classes, in which we will be learning about many new things. And since this was our third session, if you have missed on any session, you can just go, and the videos are already listed on Swiflearn channel. And also please quickly book your free trial class. Alright, so thank you, and let us meet in the next class. Please take care.